Jews together. I know it's a holiday weekend, it's a holiday that we don't recognize, but what can you do? Mincha today will be at 4:25. As David announced, Shachri tomorrow is 6:15. We hope you can make it. Uh, Now for a quick Devar Torah. In this week's Parsha, we have basically the death of Yaakov. We have the death of the generation that went to Egypt. That that the Yaakov gives a blessing to the different sons, his sons. First, he gives a blessing to Ephraim and Manasseh, uh, and it's very interesting. He says to them, "You will be to me as sons. You're my grandsons, but you're now sons." What that does in effect is make Yosef the Bechor, because Yosef now gets a double portion automatically. It's taken from Reuben and it's given to Yosef. And Yosef's not the Bechor. He was not the firstborn of Yaakov. Why does Reuben get punished? Simply because Reuben is a good guy. He doesn't do anything out of nastiness. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't want to commit a sin, but he messes up each and every time. When he does the whole thing with Bilhah, then with Yosef, he goes. He says, "Okay, let's not kill him. Just put him in the pit." And his plan was to come back later and save Yosef, pull Yosef out of the pit, because he knows what they're doing is wrong, but he doesn't know how to control the other brothers. And things get out of hand because Yehuda's the one who comes up with the brilliant idea. Instead of killing the kid, let's sell him as a slave and make a profit. Obviously, Yehuda is the leader of the brothers. Reuben, who means well, doesn't seem to get it. He always screws up somehow. But it's not out, like I said, it's not that he wants to commit a sin. It's like many people will overlook bad things that people are doing, saying, "Well, they mean well." That's we have to understand that they mean well. Meaning well isn't good enough. Doing well is what you have to do, even if you don't like what the results will be. Even if it makes you unpopular, you have to not just mean well, you have to do well. You have to understand that there's some people who will take advantage of your niceness. And these people do exist. That's why sometimes, if you look at last week's Parsha, Vayigash Yehuda, Yehuda doesn't go up to Yosef, because he doesn't know Joseph, and say to him, "Gee, could you please, sir," and try to reason with him. He basically says, "Look, I know you're the prime minister of Egypt, and I know that you and Paro control the game. If you want to mess with us, you're going to have a fight on your hand." And that is doing well. He knows, don't, he's saying basically, don't mess with me because it'll be trouble. The same thing with Reuben. Reuben wanted to be nice, but he didn't know how to put his foot down and say what you're doing is wrong. And that's why Reuben doesn't get the Bechor, whereas Joseph's sons Joseph basically does get it. Something to think about. And thank you.